here. So I had the pleasure of introducing my friend today. He spoke last week and dropped some fire on everybody. So if you're on that call, give some love to Mr. Damon Coleman. I just want to introduce him really quickly because I wasn't able to do it last week. I was traveling, and Damon's been a friend of mine for several years and somebody that is extremely humble yet also extremely successful. And I'm sure he didn't introduce himself last time, but maybe he did. I called the end of the call last time. But he is somebody who's been in the industry for over 20 years, has been in a position where he's earned multiple six figures per month in the industry, has owned his own network marketing company, and is just somebody that is very well versed in this industry, personal growth, development. I've watched him transform over the last few years himself, and he decided to align and with us here at Vital Health a few short months ago, after some divine intervention, brought us all together. So I'm really excited to hear from Devon today. And Mr. Coleman, the call is yours.
Awesome. James, can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're good to go.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for that great introduction. Thank you for your vision and your leadership. And just thank you for being a friend, man, and just giving me a call back in, I want to say that was, goodness, April, I believe, beginning of April, somewhere around that time.
Feels like it
And
was like last year. It was like, oh, a year ago. No, that was like 2 months ago.
months ago, man. Yeah. I was one of the things that I talked about last week is, whatever you're looking for will find you. Whatever you focus on, it grows. And it's one of the reasons why it's my favorite topic and subject to speak on, because I know how life-changing it could be. You said twice, goodness, we were in Dallas and we were walking down the hallway by the registration. And you said, man, I can't believe Damon Coleman's in my business. And then let's see, yeah, last week he was like, man, I can't believe I'm at Damon Coleman's house eating yogurt, and it's like, who would have thought and who would think? And I take it back to even just being a kid. If we could just remember how we wanted something so bad. You didn't have any skills as a kid. You hadn't read any personal development books, but you had this ability to ask and think. You asked like fearlessly, right? Ask. And that's a principle, guys, to ask. Like, we were given permission to ask. And, you played in your imagination all day long. And whatever you thought about, you just focused on. And no matter how many times you heard no, like you got it. And that's the thing about being an adult, guys. We get fatigued as we get older. James said all these great things about me, about, I used to do this and I used to have this, and great. But you are defined by the way you respond when life happens, guys. All of those things are great, but it's the defining moments of, oh my gosh, I didn't see it coming. And then you really find out who you are, and you really find out how bad you want it. And so, not really going to go down that rabbit hole today, but I will touch on that a little bit, because, like I said, it's one of my favorite topics to teach on. But one of the things I really wanted to talk to you guys about this morning, is building. And funny enough, it's been years, guys, since I really have had to build and develop. What do I mean by that? So when you let me help you guys out. This is gonna be so simple. Give me 1 second. So I'm not gonna teach this, but I'm gonna teach this today. Okay. I'm not gonna teach it, but I'm gonna teach it. Okay. So network marketing, guys, is a very simple business. It's not an easy business, but it's a simple business. I mean, when you just follow the steps, the system, right? And so, I talked about building and I talked about developing. So the success system teaches you how to build. Now, you can get to a place in your career in network marketing where um, guys, when you start attracting self-starters because of your past performance, meaning the income you earned, the skill set you developed, the relationships you built, because all of those things go hand in hand as you're ascending to the top of a company. As you ascend in rank, you typically ascend in everything else, and relationships are one of them. So when people decide to leave a company, and they do, and I have, and if you've been in the industry long enough, you probably have too. Um, but when you decide to transition, those some of those people that you built those relationships with, well, you've also built some trust with them, and they decide that they want to come with you, and now you're talking about somebody that you don't have to teach how to do a three-way call. You don't have to teach them how to edify. You don't have to teach them how to tap root. You don't have to teach them anything because they have experience. They've been in the industry. So imagine you attract three or four of them into your organization. Um, man, I mean, at this point, you're just facilitating leadership calls. Is what I would like to say. If you look at James, he's back there nodding, like, yep, that's what I'm doing right now. Facilitating leadership calls, because this is the thing. The system is not going to change. The formula is not going to change, but some people's leadership style, okay, is going to be different. Some people's leadership style is going to be different. Some people will have certain levels of skill set that they'll bring and add value to an organization. But overall, guys, overall, okay, there is a system. And when you follow this system, your life can change dramatically, dramatically, guys. And then I'm going to say this, I'm going to get into the building. So we talked about the building. Okay, that's the system. I'm going to touch on this, and then the developing. So two people are going to need to be developed in order for you to earn uncommon income in network marketing. Two. Okay, and the two can multiply, but it's going to at least take two at some point. First person is you. Okay, if you're not developing mentally, meaning if you're not growing, if your mind is not changing from where it is today to somewhere else tomorrow, then you're going to be in the same place that you are today. So personal development is an opportunity for you to get to know you better. That's really all it is. And as you get to know you, you start to see some things about you that you like, let me work on that because I love me. See, it's not to look at within to condemn yourself and say, "Oh, I suck. Oh, I knew it. I never had it." No, guys, it's really for you to say, "You know what? This is what's happening. This is okay, but this can be better." And as you become a better version of you, you start to attract a better version of you, because we only attract who we are, right? So if you're not developing personal, if you're not growing, then you're only going to be attracting the same type of people. And at some point you want to stop chasing and you want to start attracting. So the better we become, right, the more attractive we are. And remember, people like to do business with those they like and they trust. you know uh, Keith Williams did the AM Power. I want to say it was at the top of last week, and he talked about personal development, getting better, but still being who you are, right? Being authentic. A lot of times, people think when they start getting better, they're gonna change so dramatically people won't recognize them, and well, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing if you change so much people don't recognize you, but your bank account probably won't either. right? It'll probably love the new you just the same. So, building and developing guys, they go hand in hand. The building is, the making the list, the success system. Come on, guys, y'all know the system. See, and this is why I really don't like to train on the how to's too much, because most of us, we know the how to's. It's just a choice of, are we going to do the how to's, right? But the system is simple in terms of, when you come in, you build the list, right? When you get started, you build the list. While you're hot, you're excited, you're thinking about all these people you want to help. Well, cool. Let's start off with the ones in your phone. And see, when you talk about being a, how do you say, wounded warrior, some of us, right? You've been in the industry for a while, you've been in multiple companies. You're like, I want to call them, but I called them the last time. Oh, I don't want to call them because I called them the last time and I know what they're going to say. "Ah, Michelle, what are you doing now?" Jennifer, what happened to the last deal? I thought that was it. What? And who wants to hear that? Come on, who wants to hear that? Kathy, we don't want to hear that. So we don't call them. And then when you go to the next vital health event, you see them. And they would have, this is the one they would have signed up with you with, but you didn't call because you're ashamed. And guys, I'm speaking about this because, oh, yes, Mr. Seven Figure Earner, Mr. Owner's own network marketing. Guys, they don't call this the 8,000-pound gorilla for nothing. Oh man, this little device. We get the right call, it would change our life forever. We know it. But to make the right call, man, it's tough. It's tough, guys. It's tough. But I could tell you, nothing like having humility, and nothing like just taking a deep breath and saying, so what? So what? I had to get to a point where that had to become my attitude, guys, because number one, I'm like, okay, Demond, you've been doing this all this time. You got to start over. You got to make a list again. You got to start calling people again. You got to build and you got to develop. Yep. So back in the lab we go. Back on my personal development on a regular. And then you want to build it and develop enough, guys, because after you develop you want to start helping to develop others. Not own people like, I'm like, these are my people. Like, no, guys, we don't own people in network marketing. We have teams, and we help grow people. And that's what the development is about. It's duplication nation. As you learn and grow, then you teach and you show, right? And that's when the duplication, that's when the life changing income starts to happen. When you follow the steps and then you teach others to do it. Well, I don't have a team. Well, you brought in one person, you can share with that one person, and that's where it starts, guys. Yes, well, I plug them into the, you know to the WhatsApp, and I plug them into the Telegram. That's cool, but it's okay if you also plug them into you, and you can just start off sharing any basic knowledge that you learn, and it doesn't have to be formal on a training call, right? People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care, right? And so this is, network marketing is a relationship business. If James don't hear from me, uh, within a certain amount of time, he's, hey, just checking on you, man. How you doing? You need anything? Never, what are you doing? He never texts me. Guys, please don't text your team. What are you doing? What you mean? Minding my business? No, he texts me, am I okay? Do I need anything? Right? It's a relationship business. And so, you know, following the steps, doing the basics, guys, it's kind of boring and it doesn't seem as exciting as when you first heard the information. that this is the opportunity. So you like the activity should be just as exciting as the information and the possibilities. And because it's not, we push back on it. And the truth of the matter is, guys, nothing of greatness, as I said last week, is going to come quickly or easily. Well, such and such came into the business, and in 90 days, they went triple diamond, purple diamond. Well, what we don't know is what they were doing before they came. It's the compound effect, guys, right? The compound effect. It sometimes people what appear to be overnight success has been a work in progress for 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 years before what it was that they wanted and what they needed to come together finally aligned. We don't know, right? So, you know, when we have the opportunity, guys, and we see other people who appear to be going faster, it can be discouraging to just do. It can't just be they did this. No, they had to do something else. Tell me the real playbook. Tell me what I'm really supposed to be doing. Because that was me. And my second network marketing company, guys, we had something called the 4 steps. And that's how they talked about the 4 steps. And I'm like, man, it tell me nothing else about no 4 steps, man. Tell me how to sell this coffee, Daniel. How to hit these ranks. What? Come on. The gurus, guys. The gurus. Okay. The gurus, the top money earners, starts with the basics, right? You pick up the phone, guys, you make those calls, and you do it scared. Because I can guarantee you, after that first one, the second one becomes a lot easier. And when you're reading personal development, it's like Popeye eating spinach. You get stronger, right? That confidence starts to build, right? The scripture says faith comes by hearing. Hearing what? Hearing of the word, right? So the more you read, the more you study, the more you listen to those audios, yeah, it's reprogramming you. It's getting you to think a certain way. And when you start to think a certain way, you act a certain way. When you act a certain way, you're going to get certain results. And if you're acting in the way that is income producing activity, then you are going to get paid. See, let me tell you something, guys. This was my fear. Okay. This was my fear. This is my fear. This was my fear. Okay. Right before Vital Health, right before I got started. So I'm not talking about all the old, 10 years ago. No, guys, right before Vital Health, this was my fear when it came back to rebuilding. Where do I start? Where do I start? Because I got to start somewhere. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I start writing down that list, and there was very few and far in between networkers on that list, I said, oh boy, okay, this is what you was avoiding. Because guys, I was avoiding like working with rookies like the plague. Like if you didn't have a certain amount of experience in network marketing or you hadn't earned a certain amount of income, I was like, next, because I know the work that it takes when you're developing, building and developing. And I thought I graduated from that. But the truth of the matter is, when I first got started in network marketing, I didn't have any network marketers to join my team because I didn't know any network marketers. I was new to network marketing, still hit the top of the company in 9 months. There was no social media. And it was the same thing of what are you doing now? They just weren't in network marketing because I was the guy before network marketing that people would ask, what are you doing now? Guys did 50 million things before I made $1 million. 50 million. You hear that? 50 million things before I made $1 million. No, guys, it's the process. So when I came into network marketing, I'm looking for some, because I'm like, man, these guys really making this money. No, guys, they really made the list. They really made the calls. And see, for me coming in, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't taught to make a list. My first year in network marketing was like the Wild Wild West. They just gave us some great products and was like, go get them. And we did. And we made a bunch of money and was no system to it or anything. But I just talked to a bunch of strangers. I didn't learn about list building until my second network marketing company. But my first network marketing company, guys, I recruited strangers. Like, yeah, I did. I mean, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna get rich talking to people. What? Meeting strangers? What? I got a product I believe in. What? 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 I was all over Atlanta, guys, and just went crazy. And then my second network marketing company, I was taught how to build this business as a professional. So I was ignorant on fire and it worked. And God knew it was going to take something that good to get me to really believe in network marketing. 'Cause I'd have been one of them people like y'all used to be. What is this? This is one of those pyramid schemes, right? So now that I'm in my second company, guys, and I'm around a bunch of professionals and they're teaching, these 4 steps. What is one of the steps? Guys, build the list. Certain amount of customers, certain amount of distributors. Matter of fact, it was 50 customers, 50 distributors. So how many people you want to be a customer? How many people do you want to be a business partner? Right? Build your list, right? Get on auto ship, right? We didn't have some nice fancy name to not scare y'all away. It was just simply called auto ship. Meaning you automatically going to get this payment deducted and we're going to ship you some product every single month, right? You set yourself up for success. And that's really what the smart ship is all about, guys, right? And you're setting yourself up for success. Number one, if you with a company to have over 50 products and you're not taking at least 3 of them every month, kind of like the hypocrite, right? How they be so great, but you don't take them. That's the number one reason to be on auto ship. Number one, be a product of the product, right? No better story you could tell, to anybody that you want to be a customer or a business partner than your story, your own personal testimonial, right? So you want to be on auto ship, guys. And then on top of that, you want to stay active and you want to get a check, right? No smart ship, no customers, no check. So, these are just basic things because it's always sometimes, not with everybody, but well, I got to do that. Why is that necessary? Why I got to do this little thing? Why can't I do it like this? And as people, like, there's nothing wrong with thinking like that. We don't come into environments to be robotic or, lose our creativity or personality when you have somebody that's trying to show you or teach you a way. It doesn't have to be the way, but it is a way. And whatever a way is coming from that particular person probably got them a check. See, a way can equal a check. So it's yeah, you don't have to do it, but just try it. And James will tell you, David will tell you, Keith, Eric, these guys, Tara, they'll tell you to just try it. Just try it. You have nothing to lose, guys. You already spent your money. You already paid your way to get involved. You already got your products. We already got you. We got you. So since you're here, just try it. Right? Try to make the list, guys. Try staying on smart ship. Try it. Okay. Try following up. Eric talked about the follow up yesterday. Easy talked about the follow up, and the fortune is in the follow up. Some people say no, but it's just really a not right now, right? Just really not right now. That was Friday. He talked about it, not yesterday, but it's a not right now. Sometimes people have to hear something over and over and over and over. See, this is the building. This is the humble part of building. Not just making the list, guys, but the follow up, right? Hey, did you get a chance to take a look at the information I sent you? What did you like best about it, right? have you made any decisions to do anything different with your health these days? Anything you're not feeling so good about? Any, I mean, like you getting enough sleep? Like, tell me, talk to me, guys. Well, what you gonna do if I tell you? Well, tell me and I'll surprise you. And if somebody say that to you, you can go to the Ags Vital. That's what you can do when they tell you. And you can tell people, I can help you out. I have something. How you feeling, baby? How you been feeling, girl? How you feeling, man? However you talk to your folks, right? I'm just giving you an idea. How you feeling? That's a normal question to ask somebody. So we don't have, I mean, the scanner, God, the scanner is game changing. The scanner is great, but you don't have to let the scanner control your business. You just ask somebody how they're feeling. They tell you, you can go to Ags Vital and you can suggest products that the bot is going to give you, guys, and we can move, right? So sometimes following up is just a matter of how you follow up. Maybe the first time you call, you threw up on them, too much information, right? You just say, hey, how you feeling? How you been feeling these days, right? But these are the basics, right? This is a business that's built on building relationships, and you build relationships by base hits, right? Base hits. Pick up the phone. What are you saying? Right. Well, listen, these are some products that I'm suggesting. This is a company I partner with. We have a call tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Central. It's going to be a little bit more information about the company and the products, but you really want to come on and take a listen. This is helping so many people feel better. I'm telling you, this is the one. I know that last time, that last company, I said that was the one. But James, this one really is the one. So just doing the basics, guys, getting on the opportunity calls daily. James was here working with me in Houston last week, and we worked in the evenings, and I was like, man, this is the first time I've missed a opportunity call. Guys, my alarm is set on my phone, 7:55. I'm sorry, 6:55, right? To go off to remind me. I don't have to be doing the call. I don't even have to have guests on the call that night to listen to the call. Why? It's training for me. People, one of the biggest compliments my peers give me, they say, man, I was on that Zoom last night. Demond, sound like you've been with the company, man, for a year. How long you? Just a week? Dude, you did a presentation like, yeah, because I learned how to be a copycat. The success system is all about being a copycat, just doing the things that others have done before that have been proven and that we know that works. So I'm coming on the opportunity Zooms just to say, I want to hear not just what they're saying, I want to hear how they're saying it. They crack a joke, ha ha, I'm writing it down. Now it's my joke too. You might hear it when I give the presentation. No, guys, there is a way. There is a way. Doesn't have to be the way, but there is a way. And every night we have somebody come on and do the opportunity presentations. That is a way that you can do it. And you can pick up a way from a little bit of everybody and come up with your way, your style, right? The information is going to stay the same. So how do you get good? Well, I'm not a presenter. I'm not really good at presenting. I'm not really a good talker, you know. But it seems like all the guys and the gals that are making a bunch of money in network marketing are they're talkers and they're presenters. So at some point you want to model, guys, and you can start off doing something as simple as asking your leader, your sponsor, your diamond, hey, can I introduce you before the next call? Hey, can I come on and share my testimonial? So you're just practicing getting on the mic, whatever that looks like, guys, right? You're getting involved, right? You're sharpening your tool, your skill set, guys, your tool belt, right? So these are just some of the basic things that we can do to be a professional in network marketing, guys. The basics, right? The building blocks, the making the calls when you go to the grocery store and you make eye contact with a friendly person, say hello in some type of way, engage in a conversation and exchange information, find some commonality, some common ground. These phones, I know it's got the kids acting a little weird, like they don't have any social skills, but it's starting to make the adults act that way too, guys. It's and this whole industry was built, the foundation was really built on people working together who typically didn't know each other or ever worked together. I never worked with James. I don't know this dude 3 years ago. We crossed paths, guys. We met in another company. It was something about me, something about him that was impressionable enough that we decided to connect, do some stuff. We didn't make any money from each other a few years ago. We just decided to connect and do some stuff, guys. We went live a few times. We had a few conversations offline, got to know each other a little bit, little personal stuff, little professional stuff. I'm like, man, he cool. That was my overall. Somebody said, man, you know James? Yeah, I know James, man, he cool. And that's my guy, right? Did not know he was going to be my sponsor. Freaking company that saved me from freaking quitting network marketing for a season because I would have been back. I wasn't going to stay gone forever. But I was ready to be like, man, let me find something else to do for a while because this has been a bit much. And then James, gives me a call. Come on, guys. Yeah, man. Don't underestimate the power of meeting new people, establishing relationships. And I'm not going to lie, in the beginning of my network marketing career, I just looked at the whole world like recruits. Man, I couldn't leave the house. Oh my gosh. I'm at the grocery store. I'm at the gym. I'm everywhere. Everybody's in my business, James. Everybody. I'm like, come on, Kathy. You need this. You need this. You need this. Come on, Sheena B. All y'all can get it. Don't play with me. Come on. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. However, after working with so many people for so long, I have just become real sensitive to energy. So if we're not connecting some kind of way, I'm not going to force that thing. You show me your teeth, I'm going to run this time trying to get you to show me some things. I'm out of here. Not like, but no, they'll be really good in the business. No, no, not in mine. You can have them. But no, seriously, guys, you know, good energy when you get around it. And some people you are around, they're not even whole strangers. You just haven't gotten to know them yet. Because it's like, why? Why am I talking to these people? Why should I make new friends? Why? Well, in this business, you can get rich making friends and being nice to people and having small talk. And that's not in the success system, but that's all part of it. How do you even get the list in the first place to put people on it to reach out to, whether it be a customer, you met them, right? And if you're not willing to meet new people, guys, in this business, you're not willing, that's part of building. And if you're not developing, it's going to be hard to build because if you're not developing, then you're not going to have the confidence to even go out there and do what's necessary. Yeah, network marketing might have not kicked your butt like it kicked mine and many others for a while, but life might have overall, whether it be your job, your business, your kids. Yeah, like like kids kick your butt and get some grown ones. You just wait and see. They can get you. But whatever it is, guys, what life is life for all of us. And we all got to get over something, and building is mental, spiritual. Entrepreneurship is spiritual. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't take much, guys, to come and do something mechanical, work an assembly line, or I'm a former master barber and stylist. I could be mad, but I'm still go cut your hair really good. I could be frustrated. I could be a lot of things and still perform. But in entrepreneurship, it's not like that. It's not a physical, mechanical type of situation in most cases. It's all up here. And if you're not developing that, if you're not building, if you're not sharpening your mind, if you're not listening, if you're not downloading, new information, guys, then I mean, you're not going to build, and you're not because you're not developing, and you're not going to be duplicating and helping develop anybody else. And so, I just want to encourage you this morning as a wrap up. Just get started. Just make one call, guys. Somebody said last, I don't know if it was James, somebody on the last on one of the AM power calls just was like, just or it might have been Dave, just get one person this whole month. He didn't say this for the week, for the day. He said for the whole month, just get one person, one new person. Like just get one new person, guys. Okay. Just that one to make that call, make that one call. Just do something, start building and start developing, guys, pouring into you and watch what happens. James, Daniel, I want to say thank you to you guys for your leadership, putting this call together Monday through Friday. You got quite a few people on here this morning. Guys, keep doing this, keep showing up. I mean, again, the people do the boring things over and over to get rich. Like that's what rich people do. They do a bunch of boring stuff over and over and over and over and over again. And then they get rich and then they have fun and they do all this other stuff, But let's do the boring stuff first, right? And to make it exciting, call over the right person that you know is high energy. Be like, come on, Sheena B, let's have a calling party, girl. Bring your list. I'm gonna bring my list and let's just make some calls. And y'all in two separate parts of the house together, but it's just the energy, even just being together that just somehow just makes you want to do stuff. So anyway, James, thanks for your energy last week, making me want to do some stuff. I always like doing stuff with you, man. We're gonna do some big stuff here in Vital Health. Guys, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have an amazing